a lot of these kids went through 9/11,
Mm-hmm.
they went through the Great Recession,
Mm-hmm.
and they went through the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
One on top of another on top of another. Okay. And
Yep.
from that, there
Mm-hmm.
are going to be scars.
Yep.
From that, there are going to be opportunities. I
Mm-hmm.
think one of the best things a leader can do, and again, this is my opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think one of the best things a leader can do is sit down one-on-one with their employee, the person that they're in charge of, and ask them, let me ask you a question. Is there anything here that makes you uncomfortable?
Mm.
Is there
Yeah.
anything that you're doing here that you just don't like,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
not fulfilling for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me about that, right?
Absolutely, Mike. But most managers are not comfortable doing that
Yeah.
in today's world.
Well,
I
they're
think
afraid
they
of what
feel
they're
that
going to hear.
and it may open up something that they're really uncomfortable with. I also think this generation has vocabulary around mental health that's
Hmm.
uncomfortable to the rest of us all.
Hmm.
Uh, Now, it doesn't mean, and another thing that I encourage leaders to recognize, just because you're asking somebody an open-ended question like what you're saying in that one-on-one, like how is your ability to manage your stressors these days? How is your workload? Doesn't mean that you have to be their therapist. It means you have to be really clear about where your mental health resources are and be able to funnel them in that direction, but you don't have to be their therapist. And I think that a lot of the time in today's world, you don't even want to open up something that peripherally is related because you are not ready, to take on that challenge. But I absolutely agree with you. Asking those questions, those open-ended questions about, how are things, what can I do to better support your growth? Those types of questions are, the coaching type questions that will really help create, there's this other buzzword. Oh, I'm forgetting what safety, um, psychological safety.
Hmm.
Okay. Psychological safety is this word that we're all hearing. And really it just means, how comfortable you feel bringing up if you're having a challenge in your workplace. And, so most organizations are trying to create a psychologically safe workplace so that people will come to them if they're feeling challenged in one way or another. But simply creating an environment where it's more comfortable to come to their boss and have that conversation, it could be a really easy fix.